Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how hard it is to actually beat the market and the evidence behind that. And when I say beat the market, by market I mean some index. And in the US, the common indices are going to be the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones. Here in Canada, the common one is going to be the TSX Composite. And if you're a little confused by indices, I do have a video that explains what they are. So specifically in this video, I want to talk about the SPIVA scorecard. And the SPIVA scorecard is a report generated by S&P Global. And basically it shows you how many fund managers and funds actually beat the index or beat the market. And so let's look at the Canadian market first. And you can see here over the 1 year period, and this is as of June 30th, 2024. And this report actually comes out twice per year. And so in the last year, since June 30th, 2023 to June 30th, 2024, you can see that about 27%, 28% of funds and fund managers beat the index. That means 3/4 of all fund managers do not beat the index. That's crazy to me. These are professionals paid to do this. They've gone to school for years and years to come up with the best portfolio, and 3/4 of them can't beat the index. And if you look at longer term, so let's look at the 3-year report, you can see it's substantially worse. 98% of advisors can't beat the market. After 5 years, it's about 96%, 96.5%, and 10 years, so longer term, you can see that 97% of funds do not beat the index. And if you're thinking that Canada might be an outlier, let's look at other countries around the world. So in the US, over their 10-year, 10% of advisors can beat the index. In Mexico, they fared a little bit better. 15% of funds ended up being the index. Let's look at Europe. In Europe, 8% of funds beat the index. So 92% of all fund managers in Europe cannot beat the index. This just shows how important it is to just invest in boring, steady index funds for your future. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that. Slow and steady wins the race with these index funds. Warren Buffett had a super famous bet years ago. He bet anyone $1 million that they couldn't beat him over a 10-year period. And a hedge fund manager by the name of Ted Seides, he actually took him up on this bet. And Ted Seides actually selected 5 funds that he thought could beat Warren Buffett. All Warren Buffett did was he picked an index fund from Vanguard that followed the S&P 500. That's all he did. And you can see the hedge fund managers' positions ended up going up between 21.7% and 87.7% over the 10-year period. And the index fund that Warren Buffett selected, it ended up going up 125.8% over that 10-year period. So the index fund ended up crushing this hedge fund manager, and Warren Buffett ended up winning the bet, and he got $1 million, and Warren Buffett, being Warren Buffett, donated all of the winnings to charities. When you dive deeper into the SPIVA report, there's a lot of interesting data. I just clicked on the detailed report, and it's a 5-page document, and it details a whole bunch of other things, but I just wanted to focus on this one chart here. So this is just Canadian advisors, and so when they tried to follow different indices, how well did they fare? And you can see the red line or the pink line there is the 10-year period. So it didn't matter if a Canadian fund manager tried to beat the Canadian equity market, the global equity market, the international equity market, the US equity market. Most of the time, more than 90% of them failed to beat the market. Again, this just shows you how important it is to invest in index funds. A little while ago, I was reading through some financial blogs, and one of them was interviewing a Canadian financial advisor, and he said, you go to school for years and years, and you get your degrees, and you look at all the reports, and when it's all said and done, you just find out that you can't beat the index. And I thought that was really funny. Warren Buffett said it right here. You can basically beat anyone having no investing skills. And that's just by investing in index funds. No skill required, Just put your money in, let the market do what the market does, and over time, you can be confident that it will make you money. So I do hope that this video has shown you how hard it is to beat the market. The data shows it's really hard to beat index funds, and you should just take Warren Buffett up on his advice and invest in boring index funds. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to stay informed of some of my other ones, please make sure you subscribe below and have a wonderful day.